Hello everyone, welcome back to Darshan Dev. I'm Darshan and today we are going to talk about getting started with HTML. So, if you're new to your programming journey and you started just think about starting to program and you have thought that the web stack will be the best place for you making websites and web apps, so HTML is going to be your first step. So before we get into HTML, I would like to introduce you to a few of things that will be important for you. First of all, you would install a code editor which is the best for your language. So you can use something like the text editor of your operating system as well, like which is Notepad for Windows, and I have this text editor for Linux. You can start your HTML documents there too, but sorry, it's not made for that purpose, because text editors are for typing text, as they say. It's not for typing code. It's not for code. So you need code editors which have some additional functionality and that are better. So we install code editors like Visual Studio Code, which I personally prefer, or there are some other code editors like Sublime Text or Atom or PyCharm for especially for Python. There are a few IDEs which are integrated development environments. Like, they are not simply code editors. They are some programs which give you complete environment along with it. Like when you go to Visual Studio, I don't mean Visual Studio Code, okay? Visual Studio, that's a code editor specifically designed for .NET applications, whereas PyCharm, I mean not code editor, it's an IDE, okay? And PyCharm is an IDE completely designed for Python. And in a similar way, when you go to IntelliJ, that's an IDE designed for Java. So for each and every language you have an IDE, and you also have like preferred code editors. But I think code editors and IDEs don't matter that much, and if you have like a simple code editor like Sublime Text, Atom, it does not matter, you can just use them. But if you have some special requirements which you'll later have, let's leave it up to that. So right now we are just going to open a new window in VS Code. That was some other project I was working on. So when you install Visual Studio Code, you can open a folder in it. I'm going to create a folder on my desktop that will be Intro to HTML, okay? And inside the folder we are going to create a file which will be an HTML file, okay? So close this introduction window. This is an icon for creating file, it's for folder, and it's for refresh, and it's for minimizing. So create a file in this folder, and we will name it first HTML.html. So when you give the .html at the end, that is the HTML extension, okay? So that makes the file HTML file. So when you end a name with .html, the browser gets that this is an HTML file. So we press enter. So our first line in our HTML document will be the document type declaration. And whenever you use HTML, you use the angular brackets, which are less than greater than signs, and in there you give an exclamatory mark and then type in capital letters doc type, and then you type HTML, okay? So that's the document type declaration, which gives the browser the signal that this is an HTML document. Even though we have given a .html extension, given this doc type declaration is a good practice. So we will start to learn about tags now. So HTML has these things which contain information and arrange it specifically, that is tag. So a tag is written in this manner: open and close angular brackets which are less than and greater than signs. So inside there and inside there you write HTML. So this is our HTML tag and this is our closing HTML tag. Okay, so the first one is opening HTML and the second one is closing HTML. The only thing that differentiates them is this /. So this is normal HTML tag, now this becomes closing HTML tag. So opening and closing, that's the way it goes. So this HTML tag includes all of the HTML document within itself. The next tag that we're going to study is the head tag. And when you install VS Code, you should get these shortcuts, like when you type head and you give tab, you get the tags automatically. So that's really great. And also we'll have a lot of other shortcuts and tools, but we'll talk about them later. So this is the head tag. So head tag includes the meta information, which is the information about your document, which is your HTML document. It can include the title of your document, description of your document, which is sometimes important for search engine optimization. Don't worry if you don't know what that is. It's kind of getting your website up on the first page or second page of Google rather than the 10th page. That's called search engine optimization. So inside the head we'll learn about the tag known as title. So each and every tag that we have seen up till now is a container tag, which means it has a starting tag and an ending tag. Okay, and the ending tag has a / before the word, remember that. So when you type title and give a tab, which is just the same as typing this manually, okay, you can if you don't have this this code editor, or if you're not able to find something that does this automatically, you can type it. It's just the same, it's nothing special about it. Okay, so you can give a title to your document and your title gets shown up in the when you open your browser tab. The thing that gets up here in the tab of your browser is the title tag. Okay, so you will see it very soon. When you type my first HTML document, you will see it in the tab of your browser. And now we get out of our head. So this area where we have written the title is inside of our head, and this area is outside of our head. Okay, and now here we get the body tag, and body is body, which is the everything that gets shown to the user. So body tag is the actual document, and head tag is the information about the document, which is the title of the document, description, the CSS and JS files and everything. And here in the body tag, you can type something like a P tag. A P tag is a paragraph tag. Now you can type paragraph 1, and you can do something like lorem, which gives you some sample text. Okay, or you can type anything you want. We save it, and I'm going to show you how it looks. So we have our intro to HTML over here. We open it, and this will open it in Chromium, which is my browser. So here it is. So this is our paragraph tag, which is paragraph 1. Lorem, you don't have to type this, okay? Paragraph 1 is just normal text, and this is lorem ipsum $, something 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 sample text. And this is my first HTML document title, which I had put in the title tag over here. So now we are going to learn about a few other tags, which are the heading tags. So heading tags go from H1, which is heading 1, to H6, which is heading 6. We saved it and we refreshed over here, and see, this is H1 and this is H6. So you can expect I mean, you can intuitively know that h1, then h2 will be smaller, 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 and h6 will be the smallest. Actually, there is kind of no use for h6. I don't know why it's there, but you will generally use from h1 to h4. So let's change this to h2 and see how it looks. We save it and refresh it over here. So this is our h2, h1. Now let's learn about a few more tags. Now that we have learned about text, how about learning how to insert images into your web page? So I've put an image up here which is django.png, and we are going to put it over here. So let's see how we do that. Go to your code editor and use the img tag, which is image. We'll remove this alt attribute. So I'll tell you what attributes are. This is the first time you're encountering one. So an img tag is not a container tag, okay? It just opens and closes, ends over right at the same place it started. So it does not have a closing img like this. Do we see a closing img? No. Whenever we make an img tag, it's just going to have img in angular brackets, and that's it. And then inside that brackets you give a space, then write src equals, inside quotes you give your address of the image, which is the URL of the image. And on your computer, when you place the image inside the same folder as your HTML document, you can simply type the name of the image. So we have it here, django.png. So we type django.png, we save it, and we should have the image in our browser, but it's not there. Refresh it. So we have it here, get started Django 2020. So yeah, actually it's just a sample image, but I had taken it from my Django course thumbnail. So on YouTube, on this channel itself, I have one more course which is getting started with Django. Django is a web development framework which is built upon Python. So if you want to do web development with Python, then this is going to be your best bet, Django. So if you have learned HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and you want to learn a backend framework, and you know a bit of Python, then you can start with Django with this course. So let's get over with it. Now you know how to insert images, and let's study about something else. Now we are going to study about lists. So whenever you go on a web page, you can think of things arranged in particular orders. Those are items of a list. So you have two kinds of lists. First are unordered lists, which are ULs. So UL is this kind of tag which opens and closes. It is a container tag, and in there you have list items. UL means unordered list and list item means LI. So inside an LI tag you can say item 1, and then you can copy it. You can actually select it, copy it, and paste it down here, down here, down here. So the second one will be item 2, third is item 3, fourth is item 4. Is gonna create an unordered list for you. So you save it and you go to your browser and refresh. So you're going to see your list down here below the image. So here it is. We zoom in, we see here item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4. And unordered list means that it has no order. It may as well have been item 3 first and item 1 next, anything else, because here you have just dots, not numbers. So when you go over here and change, we'll just copy and paste it, okay? So it will be better for you. You just do the same thing, okay? You don't have to type it one more time. Just change this UL to OL. and see the magic. Save it, go here, refresh it. Now along with this unordered list, you have an ordered list which has numbers with it. So here is 1, 2, 3 and 4. And now if you add another list item over here, which is li, and we say it is item xyz, it should give you, it is item 5, it should give you fifth item as item xyz. We add a sixth item. Our sixth item is gonna be apple. Seventh item is gonna be bananas. Save them, go here, refresh, and you're about to get them as sixth and seventh items. So this is how an unordered list works, and this is how an ordered list works, and this is an unordered list. And also the next type of list can be a nested list. So basically you can give your li as a list. So you can have the second item to be an unordered list, or one more, an ordered list. You can just nest them inside one another. So if you want this ul to not be a separate list but to be a part of this ordered list, you can do that. You just have to remove it from here, refresh it. No, we have not saved it, so let's not think about it. We don't want this item xyz, okay? We delete it. Now we press enter. Inside this li, we want an unordered list. So we paste our unordered list, which is ul, inside the li of ol, which means that this is a nested list. So our list item is an unordered list itself. So our ordered list has a list item which has an unordered list in it, which has furthermore list items in it. So we save them and refresh it. So now you see it's quite changed, and also you see that it has become, instead of a disk, it has become circles. So it has gone one more level inside. That's the reason it has changed. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and fifth item is a list itself, and 6 and 7. So we have covered a lot in this video. Let's stop over here. If you have just started with HTML, this is actually a lot of HTML for you, I know. So let's see you in the next video. And before going, we'll just revise a bit. So we learned how to make an HTML document, give it an HTML extension giving the doc type declaration. We learned about the HTML tag, the head tag, the title tag which goes inside it, which makes the title of our document, the body tag which is alongside the head tag, which is our main document, which is actually our document which is shown to the user. Then we learnt about the p tag, which is our paragraph tag, which is just the text. And then you have h1 through h6 tags, but we did not use h6, we used h1 and just h2, because just it goes the same way. You can have h3, h4, h5, h6, and h6 is unpractically small so we'll never use that. And we learned how to insert images into our documents, which is like just so simple. You should have an image alongside your HTML file, just in the same folder, same directory I mean, and then you give the image an attribute which is source src equals the name of the image, which is django.png, which is over here, django.png. okay, and to give an attribute, you simply give a space after image and give the attribute equals the value of the attribute. Okay, so attribute is simply a property of this tag. Now you close the tag over here, and it's not a container tag, remember it. You don't have a closing image tag, it's just one tag. This is now our ordered list. Okay, and inside that ordered list, every item is given a number. So your first li, which is your first list item, will be given number 1. second li will be given number 2, third will be given number 3, fourth will be number 4, and these li's can be anything. They can be headings, paragraphs, divs and other stuff. We did not learn about div tag, which is like this, div, but we'll learn about it in the next video, and we'll learn about many more tags like which will help you make tables and other things. But here let's move on to unordered list tag. So your li can also be an unordered list, which is inside li, if you write a ul, open the ul and close the ul at the same time. Remember, open tags are not good. You should open them and close them so you remember them. Okay, if you forget just this closing tag, it will cause a mess. So now this ul has 4 more li's, so it's an unordered list. It does not give numbers. So it's as simple as that. So let's see you in the next video. Stay tuned.